You concealed all of those items that you offered to give back?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Oh, because I don't want to go to jail.
No, I'm saying you concealed them in the store. Did you have any intention of paying for them?
I was at first, but then I didn't because I didn't have enough money for them.
Okay.
On August 16th, 2023, loss prevention at a Target store flagged a familiar face. A woman their records showed had allegedly stolen from that same location at least 8 times before. That afternoon, she was observed concealing merchandise in her bag, including underwear and jewelry, before heading toward the exit. Officers were already waiting. What started as a routine shoplifting stop became a physical takedown, a flight attempt, and an assault on a peace officer charge. But the most consequential moments would not happen at the exit. They would happen at the patrol car, after Miranda, when she decided to talk. And talk she did.
So you're identifying as somebody from this store who has had history of shoplifting here. Today you were seen for a while possibly concealing items to include clothing, jewelry, some other items. You stopped at self-checkout, and they wanted me to get you identified so that they can prosecute you for the other incidents, and they wanted to know if you concealed any other items. Would you be willing to open up your purse so I can see you didn't conceal anything? So there's items with target tags on those.
I came in here with that.
What's that?
I came in here with that.
And just so you know, our body cams are on, so you're being recorded.
I'm not going
She has what looks like underwear or some sort of
Yeah, so I saw her selecting underwear, jewelry, and like a pair of shoes.
I don't have no shoes.
Shoes about the jewelry.
Jewelry? I've been in here with this. I've been in here with this.
So every single one of those things has tags on them,
Okay.
and when they go back through, that's a lot of jewelry.
Alright, well, you can have this.
Have it?
I don't have
That's
a
what
jewelry.
I saw her select. That's ours.
Alright.
When the officer asked her to open her purse, he was initiating a consent search, the first and most legally delicate procedure in this stop. Under Schneckloth v. Bustamante, 412 U.S. 218, 1973. Consent to search is valid even without advising the subject of the right to refuse. As long as the totality of circumstances shows it was voluntarily given, the phrasing, "Would you be willing to look?" frames this as a request, not a command. That distinction matters in any future suppression hearing. Everything inside that purse is now fully admissible.
So I'm not going to go to jail. Please.
So right now you're under arrest for theft.
For what?
For theft, I just explained.
Get off me!
No, stop.
No, get off! Stop! No, please get off me! Get off me!
Absolutely does not have to. You broke my watch.
Oh
That's
my
rude.
gosh, please get off me.
Hey, put your hands behind your
No,
back. You're under
please
arrest.
Get off. For what?
You're under arrest for theft, just like I told you before.
What? Okay, let me get up. Let me get up.
No, lay down.
Can I
Lay
get
down.
up?
Put your hands behind your back.
Can I get up,
Hands
please?
behind your back.
Can I get up, please?
Hey, stop pulling your hands away.
Hey, let me get up. Can I please get up?
No.
No.
Why?
Listen.
Can I please get up?
Listen. The more you resist,
No,
the more
wait.
things I do
I'm
that's
not
going to
trying
hurt.
to go to
Stop.
jail. Stop.
Stop resisting. As soon as you stop resisting, we can get you in handcuffs.
God.
Come and bring
Get
it
you
to
up,
the
Rick.
low back.
I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to go to jail. I
Well, you
got
just
out of
chose it
jail.
today.
Fuck. Oh, my leg.
When the officer declared, "You are under arrest for theft," he formally crossed the line from an investigative stop into a full custodial arrest, triggering the complete Fourth Amendment framework. Probable cause was already well established. Loss prevention had flagged her as a repeat offender, and tagged merchandise was visible in the purse she had just voluntarily opened. The physical resistance that followed created separate and independent criminal exposure. When the officer added obstruction because she attempted to flee, that was not escalation for its own sake. It was a lawful response to conduct that went beyond the original arrest scenario.
Sit up.
Nope, keep your feet out.
Sir, I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go to jail, though.
You should have thought about that before you run. I'm
sorry.
reasonable. I could have cited you and released you.
Please,
You
man.
started this.
I'm so sorry.
Now you're under arrest for obstruction as well for trying to run from us.
I'm so sorry.
Take a step to your left.
Can
Separate
you
your feet.
please?
I don't want you to kick my partner. If you do,
I'm not
you're going to
gonna
get an
kick.
assault on officer charge
No,
too.
I'm not gonna quit. Please let me go, please.
All right, let's walk to the police car.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I think the throwing of the Pepsi on me
I
was
know,
not necessary.
I know. I'm so sorry. I really do apologize. Like, can you please let me go?
No.
I just got out of jail. Oh my
Okay.
God.
I'm going to put that on my
I
hood.
just got out of jail.
You can go to your deal.
Got out of jail.
All right, separate your feet. Look at the car. Do you want to grab my AFIS scanner too?
Are you going to give us a good name? You sure?
All right. So everything is being recorded on my body cam, as well as my partner's body cam. So what I'm going to do is first we're going to grab your index fingers just to make sure you provide us a real name, okay?
What were you in jail for before?
Because I had 2 old warrants that I just squashed.
And what were those for?
A DUI and a trespassing, Motel 6.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be the back of my hand. I'm going to pat you down and make sure you have any weapons on you. Before I do that, can you tell me if you have any sharp, dangerous, potentially hazardous, needles, bazookas, guns? Okay, back of my hand.
Please, I'm not trying to go to jail.
Yeah, you have tried to establish that.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is the back of my hand here. Do you
What's
have
your
anything else secreted on you?
What's your first name?
Twa.
Twa? Mm-hmm. Okay, Twa.
2 procedural steps before Miranda deserve close attention. The officer deployed a fingerprint scanner to confirm identity. That is permissible under Hebel versus the 6th Judicial District Court of Nevada, 542 U.S. 177, 2004, which allows identity verification without Miranda advisement. The pat-down was a textbook search incident to lawful arrest, authorized under Chimmel versus California, 395 U.S. 752, 1969. No warrant required. The prior jail history questions fall within the booking exception established in Pennsylvania versus Muniz, 496 U.S. 582, 1990 routine background collected during processing, not custodial interrogation about the current crime.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer, have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of the rights I've explained to you? Can you say it louder, please?
Yes, I understand.
Having your rights in mind, do you want to talk to me now?
Yes, I don't want to go to jail.
What just happened is a textbook Miranda waiver, clean on both prongs, required by Miranda versus Arizona, 384, U.S. 436, 1966. The officer delivered all required advisements. She verbally confirmed understanding. She then explicitly waived with the words, "Yes, I do not want to go to jail." A valid waiver requires both a knowing and a voluntary relinquishment of the right to silence and to counsel. She satisfied both in her own words. On camera. Every statement she makes in the next several minutes carries maximum evidentiary weight.
What was going on inside? You concealed all of those items that you offered to give back?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Oh, because I don't want to go to jail?
No, I'm saying you concealed them in the store. Did you have any intention of paying for them?
I was at first, but then I didn't because I didn't have enough money for them.
Okay. So when you put all of those items in the bag, you were knowingly concealing them. And when you walked out the door with those items in your bag, you knew you didn't pay for them, you knew you stole them. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay. So why come in here to steal?
Because I don't have the money for it. I don't know. I don't have the money for it.
Do you have a job?
No.
Can you get a job?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you do that? Instead of coming into Target trying to steal, why don't you come into Target and ask for work? I know it's not always that easy, but sometimes it is. All these businesses around here are trying to recover from COVID, so everybody's got a hiring sign up. Do you have a drug problem you're maybe paying for with these drugs or with these stolen items?
Yes.
Okay. What's the going rate now for like underwear and jewelry and stuff, or was that for your own personal use?
The underwear was my own personal use.
And then what are you getting for jewelry these days?
The jewelry, I was going to sell it to somebody for them to buy it for my drug habits.
How many blues are you getting for like a piece of jewelry?
Like one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Where are you getting that at?
From somebody that I know.
What just happened is as complete an on-camera confession as law enforcement could legally hope for. She confirmed concealment. She admitted she had no intention of paying. She acknowledged knowing she was stealing, confirmed a drug habit, and disclosed the jewelry was intended for resale to fund narcotics. 5 separate admission layers, each building the prosecution's case across multiple charges. Under Colorado v. Spring, 479 U.S. 564, 1987, a post-waiver admission is fully admissible even if the suspect did not anticipate every topic the officer would raise. The waiver covered the entire interrogation. She has just provided the prosecution with its complete case narrative, in her own voice, on Bodycam.
Please, I just got out of the gym. I'm trying to go back to jail. You guys can
So when I was standing there talking to you about it, and you're like, I don't want to go back to jail, and I say, yeah, you are under arrest. I can always arrest you, and then you and I have this conversation, and then I say, hey, I'm going to let you go since you were cooperative in this and that, but you showed you weren't going to be cooperative when you ran, and then you threw a soda at me.
Sorry, I apologize.
Now I literally washed my uniform last night. Now I have soda all over me.
I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to go to jail. Please. You guys can trespass me free here. I won't come back here. I'm like,
yeah, well, so you're getting that too. You're trespassing from target for life. Can never come back.
Okay.
They also have 8 other cases that I'm going to look at the footage of. So far, what they said was the total that you have stolen from this store is between $1,500 and $2,000. So if that's the case, then we're looking at possible felony charges for organized retail theft, depending on how the prosecutor wants to handle it. Or each one of those days is a separate theft charge. Okay?
Go through her bag and see what other stuff is in there for receipt.
I have a dollar amount for everything else that she concealed.
So far?
Yeah, so far.
Can somebody pull video to show that whole incident plus us taking her down?
Yep, I'll be able to have all of that.
Cool.
This case just formally expanded beyond a single shoplifting stop. The officer disclosed that Target's records show between $1,500 and $2,000 in cumulative losses across 8 prior incidents at the same location. He named the specific potential charge organized retail theft. Many states allow prosecutors to aggregate repeated retail theft incidents into a single course of conduct felony when they target the same retailer, a charge that carries substantially higher sentencing exposure than 9 separate misdemeanors. A single afternoon's arrest may now open a file on 9 incidents.
please, I'm not trying to go to jail.
Okay. Okay, slide your foot in there for me, okay?
Please, I'm not trying
I got to talk to my partner, my sergeant.
All the way over,
I'm
okay?
not trying to go to jail. Please.
Then give me a second and I'll... Here, lean back. And I'm going to make sure I got some AC blowing back here, okay?
If it had been Coke, I'd have been really mad because you don't waste a good Coke.
I know you're a coke guy, got it.
Now let us break down the full legal picture from this stop. Count 1, theft by shoplifting. 3 elements must be proven. First, the taking of property belonging to another. Second, intent to permanently deprive the owner of that property. Third, the taking must occur without the owner's consent. All 3 were established on camera in the suspect's own post-Miranda words. Tagged merchandise was found in her bag, still bearing Target price tags. For intent, she confirmed on camera that she was at first going to pay, but then did not, because she did not have enough money. That is a first-person admission of a deliberate decision to steal. For the final element, she acknowledged the officer's closing statement, "You knew you did not pay for them. You knew you stole it," and she responded, "Yes." Okay, all 3 elements admitted voluntarily, sequentially, on camera, after a valid Miranda waiver. This is as clean a prosecution package as the charge allows. Count 2, resisting arrest and obstruction. The subject's physical resistance was continuous and captured on Bodycam. The officer separately added an obstruction charge because she attempted to flee. In most jurisdictions, resisting a lawful arrest and attempting to flee are distinct offenses from the underlying crime, not the same act charged twice. The predicate for both the lawfulness of the original arrest, well established on probable cause. Count 3, assault on a peace officer. The charge appears tied to the soda-throwing incident during active arrest. The officer had warned explicitly that throwing anything at his partner would result in an assault on officer charge. The required elements are an act likely to produce offensive contact, knowledge the target was a peace officer, and the officer was performing official duties. The soda throw during active arrest, with the officer in uniform, satisfies all three. Verify specific statute and element language for applicable jurisdiction before publishing. Count 4, potential felony organized retail theft. The most legally significant development in this footage. Target's records document 8 prior theft incidents at the same location, with cumulative losses between $1,500 and $2,000. Many states have enacted organized retail theft statutes that allow prosecutors to aggregate those incidents into a single felony course of conduct charge, rather than treating each as an isolated misdemeanor. If charged under an aggregation theory, the 8 prior incidents plus this arrest become overt acts in a single scheme. The sentencing exposure far exceeds what any single count would carry. Verify applicable state statute and current felony dollar threshold before publishing. Count 5, drug possession. On camera, she confirmed an active drug habit and disclosed the jewelry was intended for resale to acquire narcotics. The post-Miranda drug disclosures are relevant beyond the possession charge itself. They constitute powerful motive evidence for the theft counts and may trigger substance abuse programming as a condition of any plea or probation. Now for the grades. The lead officer receives an A-. From the moment tagged merchandise appeared in the open purse, this officer built a methodical, constitutionally sound case. He framed the consent search as a request, not a command. He completed Miranda before any interrogation began. He walked the subject through all elements of the theft charge without leading, extracting a complete, layered, on-camera admission that required no coercion. Under United States v. Watson, 423 U.S. 411, 1976, a warrantless public arrest supported by probable cause is fully valid, and this officer had that probable cause well before declaring the arrest. However, the comment captured near the end of the footage, "I know you are a coke addict," was unnecessary and unprofessional. Bodycam is always on. Overall, a textbook retail theft apprehension and post-Miranda interrogation with one avoidable lapse at the very end. The suspect receives a D-. Her single most consequential decision was waiving Miranda and then providing sequentially, voluntarily, and on camera every element the prosecution needs to build its case, under Moran v. Burbine, 475, U.S. 412, 1986. A Miranda waiver is valid if voluntary, knowing, and intelligent when made. Hers was, she confirmed concealment. She admitted intentional theft. She disclosed a drug habit and revealed the jewelry was intended for narcotics resale. That sequence converted what might have been a defensible misdemeanor into a multi-count case with felony exposure and a documented criminal motive. In addition, the physical resistance, the flight attempt, and the soda throw converted what the officer said could have been a citation and release into a 5-count arrest with assault charges attached consequences entirely within her control to avoid. 3 practical lessons emerged directly from this footage. First, the consent search moment is the most important 10 seconds in this stop. You are under no legal obligation to open your bag at a law enforcement request, absent a warrant or a lawful arrest. Politely declining is a constitutional right under the Fourth Amendment. The moment she said yes, the evidentiary outcome of this stop was largely set. Second Miranda is not a formality. I do not want to go to jail is not a legal strategy. She acknowledged her rights, waived them, and then provided the prosecution's entire case narrative voluntarily, in her own words, on camera. The right to remain silent exists precisely for moments like this. Even a brief, "I would like to speak to a lawyer," would have fundamentally changed what the prosecution has to work with. Third, repeated shoplifting at the same retailer is not simply a pattern of misdemeanors. It is a course of conduct that, in most jurisdictions, can be charged as a unified, organized retail theft scheme. Each individual incident in isolation might resolve as a minor charge. Across 8 prior incidents plus this arrest, the aggregate exposure is potentially felony level. That is the full breakdown of this one, a case assembled almost entirely by the suspect herself, one admission at a time, after being given every right the Constitution provides. If this kind of real footage legal analysis is useful to you, subscribe and ring the notification bell so you catch the next one. New breakdowns every week, real encounters, real law, explained in plain English.